Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
Good morning, students. Welcome to our 11th edition of our online English class. Today, we will learn about relative clauses. So open your books to page 377. Today, we're going to focus on improving our grammar comprehension skills. We're going to describe the concept of relative clauses and also identify the pronouns that are usually used as relative clauses. Let's begin by watching our introduction video on information about relative clauses. Enjoy!
Here we go again. Relative pronouns come after a noun. Who, whose, whom, which, that. They introduce a relative clause that tells you about the noun. The man who lives next door is a dentist. The relative pronoun is who. The relative clause is who lives next door. It tells us about the man. Relative adverbs come after a noun. Where, when, why. They introduce a relative clause that tells you about the noun. This is the store where I bought my bike. The relative adverb is where. The relative clause is where I bought my bike. It tells us about the store. Relative adverbs come after a noun. Told you so.
Now that we have an idea of what is a relative clause, basically it gives us extra information about a noun. So these are the relative pronouns that we're going to focus on today. Who or that. They are used to refer to people, animal, or things. Which is for things and animals. And when is for a certain time. And where is to refer to a place. For example, in who and that, this is the boy who helped me. So you are given information of the noun, which in this case is the boy. What boy? Who helped me. In which, she gave me a cat which was very white. Which is the noun in the sentence? Cat. So we're giving extra information of the cat, which is very white. When is to refer to a certain time. He recalls the day when we met. What day? What day when we met. Where? London is the city where my friend is living now. So city is the noun. And where my friend is living now is the extra information we're giving out. In some cases, we don't necessarily need to use the pronouns that we just mentioned before. Sometimes they are separated by commas, the extra information. Information that helps to identify the noun. I bought the present that I gave you for your birthday 2 weeks ago. It's not necessarily using a pronoun, but it is giving you an extra information. And also we have extra information that is given about the noun. I brought a present which is now on the shelf. I brought a present could be a complete sentence, but we're using the clause to give extra information about that present, which is now on the shelf. Now let's do some practice on page 178 on your books. It says complete the sentences with the most appropriate relative pronoun. Number 1, George blank is only 4. Can already read and write. So the answer is who, because we are describing a person. Number 2, this is one of the most exciting adventure movies I have ever seen. We're talking about a movie, and movie is a thing. We use a relative pronoun that. Number 3, do you know the woman blank wears the black dress? We're talking about a woman, and a woman is a person. So correct, we're going to use the relative pronoun who. The novel Divergent was written in 2011, became very popular among teenagers. Since we're talking about a thing, we can either use that or which. But in this case, we're going to use which. Number 5, Monday. Most people have problems waking up early. Is the day with most traffic jam. So Monday is referring to time. So we're going to use the relative pronoun when. These are your answers. Remember, you can pause the video if you need more time to check or write your answers on your book. Moving on with activity B, it says add the information in parentheses as a relative clause in an appropriate place within the sentence. Don't forget to include commas where you consider necessary. Number 1, people have been complaining about the noise. In parentheses, it says they live next to Jamie. In order to add more information about the people, the answer is the people who live next to Jamie have been complaining about the noise. Let's do number 2. That cafeteria was closed a week ago. You introduced me to Caroline there. We are referring to a place. We're going to use the relative pronoun where. The cafeteria where you introduced me to Caroline was closed a week ago. Now I invite you to do number 3 and 4 by yourselves on your books. You can pause the video and then check your answers. The answer for number 3 is August, which is the hottest month in some states of the US. It's my favorite time of the year. We use which because we're talking about a thing or a place. Number 4, a black cat, which is supposed to bring you bad luck, has just crossed my way. Which, because we're talking about an animal. Now I invite you to practice on your own. Activity C. Write 2 sentences with relative clauses to describe each picture. Remember to use commas when necessary. We use commas when the clauses are really long, so we write them between commas instead. Remember, we use who to refer to people or animals, whose to refer to possession, which to refer to things, and that to refer to people and things, and where to refer to a place, and when to refer to a time. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Remember to stay safe and at home. See you soon in the next class. Goodbye.